The average annual temperature in Antarctica is negative 70 degrees Fahrenheit, but even on the frozen continent, there is a wide spectrum of temperatures. The coastal regions average a balmy 14 degrees Fahrenheit, and a frozen ice ridge of the East Antarctic Plateau between the summits Dome Argus and Dome Fuji measured an unbelievable temperature of negative 148 degrees Fahrenheit. This is officially the coldest temperature reading in the history of Earth, and some scientists believe it could not possibly get any colder. In 2013, a team of researchers used maps and weather patterns to explore how it gets so cold. Already, cold temperatures fall rapidly when the sky clears. If clear skies persist for a few days, the ground chills as it radiates its remaining heat into space. This creates a layer of super-chilled air above the surface of the snow and ice. This layer of air is denser than the relatively warmer air above it, which causes it to slide down the shallow slope of domes on the Antarctic plateau. As it flows into the pockets, it can be trapped and the cooling continues. After years of monitoring the site with satellites for new data, the researchers discovered that the area was even colder than they previously imagined. At the time, they believed it could only reach minus 133 Fahrenheit, but the new data indicated that during extremely specific conditions, the temperature could drop to the current world record low, minus 148 degrees. And this reading was not an outlier. Researchers found the same reading at more than 100 points across the plateau, indicating that it was widespread during the right conditions. The plateau sits at over 12,000 feet in elevation. This, combined with clear skies and no wind during the winter, make the perfect conditions for absolutely deadly cold. Because the conditions are so hyper-specific, scientists believe that it could not conceivably get colder on Earth. Many people falsely assume that the South Pole is the coldest part of Antarctica, but in fact, the South Pole is at a much lower elevation than the East Antarctic Plateau, causing its temperature to stay relatively warm. The average temperature is minus 56 degrees, extremely cold by any other standard, but practically tropical in Antarctica. Though it appears to be a frozen wasteland, Antarctica is actually home to plentiful natural resources. The vast majority of the continent is coated in thick ice, making exploration difficult, but the resources are present all the same. For example, 90% of the world's freshwater ice and 70% of the total fresh water is stored on Antarctica. To put that into perspective, if even a single ice sheet were to melt, the Earth's oceans would rise by a whopping 16 feet. At the moment, Antarctica is mostly a hub for scientific research, rather than commercial projects. But through recent exploration, it is believed to contain large mineral deposits, primarily copper. Some also believe that Antarctica is home to large petroleum deposits, but no one has confirmed this fact.